Still awake? It's 4:30.
Yeah, just making a trade. We'll go back sleep again. Don't worry.
How this is all started with Bitcoin cryptocurrency scene.
This was back in 2016. One of my school friends wanted to meet him. He said that he has some very interesting idea that can actually change our lives financially. I said, hey, boss, I don't want any Ponzi schemes. So he said, no, just meet me once. If you like the idea, you invest. Otherwise, it's your choice. I said, okay, if he's insisting so much, let's give it a try. So he took me to one of his friends. This guy asked me, do you have any idea about Bitcoin? I told him, yes, I heard about this sometime back around 2012, 2013, but no idea what it is. He gave me a fair idea how Bitcoin and blockchain technology works. He always used to tell one thing very often. The price of one Bitcoin is going to be $100,000 to $500,000 in the year 2021. So he told me that just buy few Bitcoins and keep it for a few years. I was not that convinced, but I said, okay, I'll think about it. I asked him how to buy a Bitcoin. So he helped me create a blockchain wallet on my phone and gave me zero point 0.10 Bitcoin from his own wallet, which was like 5,000 Indian rupees. The step to operate the wallet was not easy, seriously. He also warned me about one very important thing. He said, be very careful while doing any transactions because one small error and you may lose all your money from your wallet.
So you bought the Bitcoin then?
No, not yet. See, I had a huge loss in stock market back in 2008 recession. I mean, I literally lost all my money. I went from half a million Indian rupees to absolutely zero. So, without learning anything about stock market, I invested all my savings into this. I literally traded like a gambler. I was just 23 at that time. So this time, I wanted to be 100% sure what I'm doing. I spent like a couple of weeks doing my own research on Bitcoin and was quite fascinated with the technology. I mean, there was something special about Bitcoin, something special about the technology. So I thought, let's take a chance with a small amount, which I can afford to lose.
So you bought some Bitcoin then?
This time, yes. I took a loan of $5,000 and bought around 7 to 8 Bitcoins at an average price of around $650. That was back in 2016. In those days, buying Bitcoins was not easy. Not many exchanges available online, and that too operating in selected countries only. So I found a guy through localbitcoin.com, gave him cash of $5,000 to buy Bitcoins. The transactions those days used to be very time consuming and 3 validation steps before you receive the Bitcoins in your wallet. So I used to sit with the guy for at least an hour to complete the transfer.
3 validation?
See, in those days, the technology was not that fast. Let's say if I initiated the transfer of Bitcoin to your wallet, so the transaction had to be validated in at least 3 blocks. So minimum 1 validation has to be completed. I mean, let's say if you handed over the cash to me and left the place, I have the chance to stop the transfer. So before you say bye to the seller, you need to check your wallet that at least 1 out of 3 validation is completed. In that case, I cannot stop the transfer. You will get your bitcoins. That is assured.
So you mean many get scammed like this?
In those days, the technology was not that secure. I mean, not about technology. The exchanges were not secure. The wallets were also not secure. So basically, I had to buy cold wallets where I used to keep my bitcoins, Ethereum offline. I'll tell you one thing, hackers were always behind your bitcoins, even now.
People stopped you from this market?
Yeah, I never liked free advices though. Um, my close family members used to tell me that this has no future, this is not going to grow, this is a kind of threat to the government and to the US dollars. I mean, come on, man. How can be a technology a threat, which is something like blockchain, which is such a beautiful technology? I remember in 2017 when the price of one Bitcoin jumped from $650 to $19,000. My family told me to book the profit and get out of the market.
So you booked profits.
Can you believe I sold my first Bitcoin at $1,500, and the second time I sold at $5,000.
1,500?
But I made profit, right? The recent I sold at $57,000. I made a huge profit, right? I often used to tell many that it's okay, you don't understand the technology, but buy at least one Bitcoin for your future. I'm sure you will not regret it.
What do they say now, looking at the growing popularity of cryptocurrencies?
What they will say. I mean, the people who used to tell me in 2017 to sell all the Bitcoins, now they tell me, don't sell your Bitcoins. Keep it for your future. Keep it for your retirement.
And what do you say to that?
Yeah, I tell them, thank you so much for your advice.
So did anyone start investing now?
Yeah, now there are many into this market. Crypto market is getting popular day by day.
Do they take advice from you?
Yeah, almost every day. Many actually build their own portfolio with my help.
Did they make some profit?
Most of them want profit instantly. But yes, people who have kept their patience made good profit in a short time. Crypto market is very volatile, and if you don't have the nerves to hold on, then better keep yourself away from this market. Things are very fancy here. You should better know your game. People have made fortunes here and many got dumped also. Sometimes, some people ask me, should I take a big loan and invest? I tell them, this is not a gambling, boss. You should invest that you can afford to lose.
How long you know him?
I know him now for over 10 years.
He manages your portfolio.
Yes, he does.
How been your experience with him so far?
See, I don't know much about the crypto market. I am still learning about it. So he's the one who keeps guiding me. I just tell him how much I wish to invest, and then he takes care of the rest of the things.
You made some gains?
Yes, I did. I got into the market around 6 months back, and I have now made around 3 times what I had invested from.
How would you describe him in 2 words?
A real crypto maniac.
So what should be the ideal strategy to get into this market?
So for the first month, invest at least 1 hour every day to study the market. Study how many kinds of different cryptocurrencies are there, what is the technology and team behind them, and what utility value these coins are generating for the betterment of our society. Are these coins really building what they are projecting, or is it just a hype? Second month, create a dummy portfolio and choose all those altcoins that you think has the potential to grow in the next 2 months. See how that portfolio is working for you. Once you feel you are confident, then start with a small investment initially. Once you are investing, you should think and behave like an investor, be it even with your $100 investment.
Where to get the knowledge of this market and different cryptocurrencies?
There is so much information on YouTube nowadays, but choose the right crypto channels.
How many bitcoins you bought when you started?
Bitcoins, 7 or 8, I guess.
So those 7 bitcoins help you make fortunes?
I don't think so. See, I'll tell you one very important strategy of investment. You have to be the first, or at least get in early if you want to make those insane gains. It's just like you investing in Microsoft stocks back in 90s or buying Microsoft stocks in late 2009 or 2010. Both ways you would have made profit, but there will be a difference in the terms of percentage in the profit you made, right? It is huge. For me, I'm always curious to know what next in future.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I made good profit from Bitcoins because I was very early into it. But that is not all. I made good profit from other altcoins too. I mean, altcoins like Ethereum, Cardano, Ripple, Litecoin, many altcoins. Those days, 2016-17, nobody used to even talk about those coins. I mean, those coins were literally undervalued. And I bought those coins those days. And everyone knows what is the price of those coins now. So you can imagine like what kind of percentage of profit you make if you invest early, if you get into the market early. That is the key strategy, to find the coins which has good potential for the next 2 to 3 years. I remember when Binance launched their exchange, just to get registered in their exchange, you used to get free Binance coins. You know what is the price of one Binance coin now? It's almost like $600. These coins used to get free. So now when people started getting into Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano, I was already into Solana, Polkadot, Engine. Nobody used to talk about those coins. And when people started investing in these coins like Solana, Polkadot, I was already into gaming, NFTs, and the recent one is Metaverse.
What do you say about this cryptocurrency world and its real-time use? Will it be really accepted in our day-to-day lives?
See, the adoption has already started. Our lives have become more and more online nowadays, from companies accepting business models like work from home, to attending conferences on Zoom calls, to buying day-to-day groceries and food online, to meeting our family friends on Zoom calls, even celebrating special occasions like birthday parties, wedding events, meeting doctors for consultations, trainings, schools, colleges, universities, you name anything, all have come to online platforms. And blockchain can replicate all these businesses into its platform, making it more secure and scalable. On top of that, more transparent. Life is now shifting more towards indoor, which is not kind of ideal, I would say, for our physical growth. But this is the reality, and this is the new normal. I can imagine that we are entering the world of Metaverse, the virtual reality.
If I may ask you, can you suggest few cryptocurrency which has huge potential and can make fortunes?
Oh my god, There are many, in fact.
Can you name any two or three?
Okay, I can name many, but I'll give one example. Uh, Meta Hero.
Meta Hero?
They are building something huge in 3D scanning sector. So they have built a lab which has 64 cameras, and these cameras can scan any image at a very lightning speed and process it into a 3D image.
So how does this technology change our lives?
I'll give one example to you. Let's say I made you stand at the center of this lab and made a 3D image of yours. So the computer is going to create a new duplicate you, like your avatar. I'll give you the 3D VR glasses to wear and ask you to play a game in it. Let's say the game is about Star Wars. Now this technology will fit your 3D image into one character of this game. So wearing this 3D VR headset glasses, you will see it is you who is inside the game and doing all those things this character can do in the game. But you are not doing anything. It is just your 3D avatar in the virtual game. So can you imagine what kind of technology they are building? This is going to be huge in future.
Crazy.
It's actually crazy. This is just a one usage of this technology. I mean, if you imagine now, this is something very unrealistic. I mean, this technology is going to revolutionize so many things. Gaming, Metaverse, NFTs, 3D movie making, even medical industry. And I think so many more things you cannot even imagine now.
What's the price of this coin now?
The price of this coin is somewhere around 15-20 cents now.
What do you think this coin can go up to?
It's your imagination. Next 3 to 5 to 10 years, this coin is going to be huge. This is going to change our lives. I can certainly imagine a future where we will be wearing 3D VR glasses most of the time in a day.
You feel your life has changed from this market?
Yes, there's no doubt.
You believe in payback?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any plans?
Yes, I'm working on it. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel where you can get step-by-step guidance to invest in crypto market. The steps will be as simple as possible, from creating accounts to selecting the right platforms and exchanges, and finally to build the right portfolio. The focus will be majorly on the people who feel that investing in cryptocurrencies is very complicated. I have come across people who just don't invest in this market because they are scared of making mistakes. Even small thing like creating an account in Binance, they are not comfortable. And if they have created an account, they have not even done their first buying. So there is a segment of people who require step-by-step guidance of buying and selling in the most simplest way. I want to make people understand that it is very easy to enter this market, and on top of that, very easy to make money from this market. But you have to follow the right strategy.
So you want to simplify things for the people who want to enter in this world as a first time?
Yeah, you can say that. This is going to be a journey that I have lived, that has changed my life. I want people to believe that crypto market is not only meant for a younger generation. If I can do this, anyone else can do this.
What is your advice to the people who want to get into this crypto world?
Create a good portfolio. Hold your nerves when the market crashes, because crypto market is like that. Most importantly, make a projection of at least for the next 5 years. Don't rush to quick gains or gambling. If you can follow this, I'm sure you can change your life. At least you can reach a stage where you have earned financial freedom.
What are your future plans?
As of now, I want to live in this crypto world. Maybe a retirement after 5 years. But on a serious note, I want to do something good for the Mother Earth. Something where I can devote my life for the betterment of this beautiful planet. I still don't know the purpose of my birth, but I'm still searching the quest of my life.